Welcome along to EXFL Tier 2 Season 11 for the finale, round 20 of 20. It's the Brazilian Grand Prix, where we have the title on the line and to be decided in just over an hour's time. But first up, we have qualifying 18 minutes ahead of us to set the grid for the final race of the season. We have 14 drivers in at the moment, still waiting on a 15th of maybe Grush if he can join. But yeah, we have a dry, near towards evening look at Sao Paulo, where the drivers will be heading onto the grid. And first up is one of the two title protagonists, Kobe, in the Williams. Williams have obviously clinched the Constructors' crown a couple weeks ago. And the drivers has gone down to the wire, along with Adam, who's now exiting the pit lane as well. It is Adam versus Kobe then. 1 point between them, one race to go, one winner will emerge. Adam leads by 1 point on 247, ahead of Kobe on 246. It's more than just a winner takes all. It is literally who beats the other. If they are second and third, seventh and eighth, ninth and 10th, I guess. But yeah, look at that. So many drivers heading out the pit lane already, trying to get a lap time in. There are clouds above, and I'm going to assume there's no rain that's going to come later on in the session for so many people to head out immediately. They just want to get the lap times on the board. And Brazil, where we've seen such fine margins in the past, and where we have seen titles decided, it is not Abu Dhabi that is the finale for this season. It is Brazil returning old school for the first time since Tier 2 Season 4. And the last time we came here was also a title decider. Kobe losing the car slightly out of the Senna S on his first run through Turn 3. DRS open, heading into the Skido de Lago then. The Sauber behind him of Charlie just weaving, getting temp in his tyres as he exits the pit lane, as Kobe makes his way round Turn 5 then. And yeah, what must be going through the Williams and Haas of Adam's heads this past week, knowing what's at stake, what's on the line. The stage is set, and we are here at Interlagos. And we're about to see exactly how much these two have put their prep in, and who is going to leave today as the world champion. Kobe, 52-1 in the first sector. Adam, about 10 seconds behind him at the moment. Kobe making his way up the hill. And he looks like he'll be the first to set a lap time. Adam, middle set to split. 52-0. So I think Adam is slightly up on Kobe, who crosses the line. 1 minute 8.1 is the time he has set. And now we'll see what Adam can do. There's a car in between him of, I believe, Finn, who crosses the line. 47 thousandths off Kobe. Adam will cross the line. He's into the 1 minute 7s. Advantage Adam in the first round of flying laps. A tenth and a half ahead of his championship rival. Remember, these two are good friends as well, and they've been battling brilliantly all season. How much are they prepared to get their elbows out today? It's surely going to be one of those all-timer finales, as this is the closest Tier 2 championship we have ever had heading into the final race. 1 point separates them. In the past, we've had maybe 5, 10 or whatnot. But yeah, Finn, definitely throwing his name into the ring of those who are going to challenge Kobe and Adam. We should be expecting the likes of Square Giraffe, who's in the pit lane as well. Birdie Saints, who's just started his first run. Maybe the likes of Dello, if he can find more time. As that's Cooks across the line for P5. So Birdie making his way round Turn 3 then. In the Alpine, qualifying has been something he struggled with a little bit in the first and a little bit of the second half of the seasons as well, but it's the race where he's really come alive, making his way through the field, and we'll see what he can do. He's been slightly warned of his antics from Texas and Abu Dhabi when it's come to him fighting with one of the protagonists, mainly Kobe. But hopefully it all goes well today. Not seeing anyone say anything about the race, so it could be dry. As across the line, that was the RB of Yannick to go P6. So Birdie 17-2 in the first sector. We'll see what his middle sector's like. 52-5. So he's lacking about half a second to what Adam's doing. But that should put him on the second row, to be fair. Samurai, the other Williams, has gone P6. So we'll see what Birdie can do then. This might be P4, and it is P4. So the top three have quite a gap ahead at the moment. But both Alpines, who have been a big story of the second half of the season, climbing their way up through the field, both in the top 10 in the Constructors, now sitting fourth in the standings. They've had a brilliant second half of the season, considering that team has been down at the bottom for the last however many seasons since Season 9 of Tier 2. The last year has been a struggle, so it's great to have two drivers up and coming who have taken them all the way up. AP Cookster in, I believe, his third or fourth race now in Red Bull as a reserve, but at this rate he's got the Red Bull seat. Sixth at the moment, so yeah, good luck from him. Obviously, the second shortest lap time on the entire calendar after Austria, so margins will be smaller as Finn, Kobe and Adam back in the pit lane. Finn heading out now for his second run immediately. We're a third of the way done. And yeah, it's a flip of a coin, but at the moment, our two title protagonists, 1 and 2. But a bit unusually, it's Adam who has the advantage, and it's by quite a decent margin. But we did see on Kobe's lap, he made quite a few little errors here and there, mainly the exit of the Senna S, the first chicane. And we know Kobe, he's definitely going to have some time in the bank. Adam's had 2 poles this season. Kobe, I believe, has had 6. Adam's obviously had more consistency over the course. Kobe, who I'll say for the first and probably not the last time, Kobe has never led the standings as there's Square Giraffe. There we were waiting on him. 5 thousandths off Kobe to put himself P3. So he's also been a name that's been fighting the top 2 in the last couple of weeks. He won, of course, last week in Abu Dhabi. Ahead of Kobe, then Adam. The top 3 swapped around at the moment. But yeah, Kobe, it is round 20 out of 20, and he has never led the World Championship. He got within 8 points after the Dutch Grand Prix. He got within 4 points after Mexico, and now he only trails by 1 point off Adam. Will he do what Vettel did 15 years ago and lead after the final race for the first time? Or can Adam, who's led for, I believe, the last 6 races, maintain that momentum and become world champion in about an hour's time? Or will it be Kobe? These are crucial laps ahead of them to see who can lead into turn 1. Kobe has tended to have pretty good starts, so even if he just misses out on pole, like he has done once or twice, he usually does get the job done to get the lead into turn 1, but it is such a short run down to turn 1, Brazil. So we'll see, but it's not all won at the first corner. It's not even all won on the first lap, as Finn splits the 2 protagonists and goes onto the front row. But now we're going to see what Kobe can do. He's striking back. Adam's still in the pit lane. So Kobe into turn 1 then, the Senna S. Beautiful sunlit sky over into Lagos. This time around he doesn't lose the car. Takes that very nicely indeed. Round turn 3. And we should surely see an improvement. He's got to find a 10th and a half. And he's... Well, look at that. He's up by 7 tenths. So clearly, he's found the time, but now he's made a slide on the exit of 4 into 5. So that's going to cost him even more time. So it was the first sector where Kobe lost all his time. And now, on his final run, he's going to be looking at that middle sector. But yeah, this should definitely get him back up to the front. Because when I saw a 1 minute 8, I really thought these guys would be doing mid-7s. And that pretty much explains why. So we should see Kobe finishing the middle sector split then. 2 tenths up. So that still cost him quite a lot of time. I did not expect to see 7 tenths in the first sector, but he's only up by 2 tenths. Either way, this will certainly put him on provisional pole now, and we'll see what Adam could do as he heads to his outlap. Kobe crosses the line then, 2 tenths ahead of Adam. We'll see if Adam can strike back then. Kobe knows there's still some time left in the locker. That is quite a lot of time left in the locker. 4.5 tenths. Jeez. Because I know Tier 1 will be looking at low 7s, potentially into the 6s. As for Tier 2, I guess also low 7s. Adam then begins his lap. Championship leader. Diving into turn 1, so close to the grass. It takes turn 1 and 2 very nicely indeed. No sorts of threats of invalidating on the entry to turn 2. He's got a Red Bull coming out the pit lane just in front of him, who gets out the way as he's up by nearly a tenth and a half. So good first sector from the Haas car of Adam, who looks a lot more planted, a lot more confident now than he did last week heading into Abu Dhabi. He looked just a bit slightly under pressure for a lot of the race. Obviously, he made that big mistake on lap 10, spinning at turn 2, hitting the wall, getting wing damage, having to climb back up to third. We never knew what it could have been, if he could have been any higher than that, if he could have gone into today with a bigger lead than 1 point. But the stage has been set. Adam and Kobe have been driving like champions all season, and Adam is up. He's there on Kobe's doorstep to know that he's given it his all, and it really is amazing to see the two drivers fighting for the title, giving it absolutely everything in this final race, showing just how much they want it. Adam will cross the line then, a 7.6 to snatch back provisional pole from Kobe. And we have Square Giraffe, who's up by 35 thousandths in the first. But I believe with only a 17.3, he's going to need to find a bit more time. However, Kobe knows he has about 4 tenths in the locker, and it looks like he could be on pole for the season finale if he gets the lap together. As for Adam, he's slowly but surely maintaining that improvement. But from Kobe's lap, we know just how much there is. So, who else can challenge? Dello 5th, Birdie 6th, Cookster up by a tenth and a bit, also a 17.3. What about Square Giraffe? He's up by nearly 2 tenths. So can this get him up to third? Crosses the line, it does, but he's a quarter of a second off what Adam's doing, and about a tenth and a bit off what Kobe was doing. So Square Giraffe lacking a little bit of time compared to the last couple of weeks where he was fighting for pole. But with 6 minutes left on the clock, we're in the final third of qualifying, the final qualifying of the season. And yeah, if that wasn't obvious, Kobe is Kobe, and Adam is obviously Adam. So Adam heads into the pit lane then. He'll gear up for his final race. Speaking of the pit lane, that is something even the most experienced drivers are going to have to just have a little reminder that they have to slow down a bit and make sure they don't get any speeding penalties, because that would be quite a big shock. Samurai still 8th, Matt in 9th. I believe he's on a lap. 17.6, 10th down though in the first sector. Yannick completes the top 10 at the moment. Charlie's up by just under a tenth. And he's unlocked the that Sauber livery. I thought it looked a little different, but he's decided to go into the pit lane. Bluey in the Aston. Yonder in the Ferrari. It's nice to see him doing the final race. Nathan out there with the RB. And I don't think I've seen anyone else get any other different liveries. Obviously there's the white Ferrari, which Dello and Yonder I don't think have got. There's the white Red Bull, which Cookster obviously doesn't have. Yeah, that's Sauber, which Charlie has, as Bluey pips him by 6 thousandths to go P11. And what's the final one? Oh yeah, the RB, the pink one, which Nathan clearly doesn't have. So yeah. And then there's obviously the Chrome McLaren, which Square Giraffe isn't using. Yeah, good point. Right, 4 minutes left on the clock then. Finn and Dello on their outlaps. Cookster just moves out the way of the Mercedes behind him, of Matt. And it is the calm before the storm. Finn just exiting Junsao now. Dello a few seconds behind him. So they're going to see what they can do. Can they improve any higher than where they are right now to get themselves on the front of the second row? Or could we see an almighty lap from maybe Finn to put himself in the mix of the top 2 protagonists? Finn into turn 1 then. Takes a lot of curve that actually the car makes him go a bit more left than he would want. Out of the exit of 2, along 3 then. DRS open. Finishing the first sector split. I think that's Adam just in front of him. It is. The sole Haas, of course, finishes the first sector, and it looks like he is going to have to go again, because he's certainly not going to be able to make up that time. Dello behind him, though, pushes on, so Finn's going to have to get out the way, which he does to the right. So Dello continues this on, but he dips his tyre into the grass, going very deep there, as while it wasn't Finn's fault, I'm sure it must have been a little bit distracting for the Ferrari. Nonetheless, both of them have now ruined their run. So let's see. Kobe then, with just under 3 minutes left on the clock, knows this is it. This is the lap of the session. If he wants to get pole position, he's got to give it absolutely everything. And that first chicane wasn't exactly ideal. He's still pushing the car to the limits. And you never know, he might actually be down on time slightly in the first sector. But this is the next section of track where he needs to be mighty. Down by 2.5 tenths. So he needs to give it absolutely everything here. This time round, he's found his way. And remember, he can find 4.5 tenths in this middle sector. But he's down by nearly 2.5. So this is close margins. And how has Kobe kept that valid on the exit of turn 7? But somehow he has. But has he backed off? It looks like he has. So it looks like he'll have enough fuel to go again. Adam, though, is on his run now. And he's down by slight margins. Through turn 4. He's got the Alpine of, I believe, Finn ahead of him. So Kobe will go again. His tyres are going to be slightly worn. But that is probably the smarter decision. Adam, this time round, keeps it on the track. Unlike Kobe. I believe that was the Red Bull of Cookster going P6. It was. As Adam's also backed off. So, they're going to try a second run at it then. They have the fuel. And this time is Kobe's last chance to give it absolutely everything. The final qualifying of the season. And this time round, turns 1 and 2 look a lot better. Right on the limit. As Grush has joined right at the end. That's great to see from the Red Bull. And this time round, as Kobe has Nathan in his way, is Kobe up? Yes, by 0.5 tenth. And this is the section where he needs to not lose the car, which he hasn't. So we know we could see an almighty lap from Kobe here. As long as Nathan, I believe, gets out the way. But I don't know if Nathan's on a lap. And considering the pace difference, is Kobe about to catch Nathan up? Considering they're both on push laps. This could wreck Kobe's chances here. As across the line, that was Birdie, I believe, who just went P5. This could either help Kobe in terms of a slipstream all the way up to the line, or hurt him in terms of the dirty air. Kobe finishes the middle sector split, up by the time he has lost, loses the car on the final corner that you really have to worry about. He's going to get a bit of slipstream from Nathan, but is it enough? It should be, but he's going to lose momentum at the same time gaining. Kobe crosses the line then, and it's a 7.6 to only go 700ths ahead of Adam, who's down by 21 thousandths. Car's getting out of his way just about. So Kobe, at the moment, is on pole for the season finale. But can the championship leader find enough time? He's up by 43 thousandths. He slides out of the final corner, and he needs 27 thousandths more to snatch back pole position. It is Adam versus Kobe. Kobe versus Adam. Square Giraffe is in there. Adam crosses the line. He improves, but not by enough. Square Giraffe right at the end there managed to place his car in between the two protagonists, and the top three are covered by 33 thousandths. Wow. Finn's in the pit lane. Birdie's 5th. Delo's crossing the line 15 seconds down. And while Kobe might have been annoyed of some things on his lap, it's still enough. Just. Kobe is on pole then for the season finale here in Brazil. Adam, the championship leader, not on the front row. He's P3. And Square Giraffe, like he has been the last couple weeks, is the man to place his car with the top guys. And yeah, the likes of Finn and Birdie just not there quite in quali, but we know the race is always so much closer. And considering the gaps are that close in quali, there's going to be nothing separating. Adam gave it his all. I'm sure Kobe could have gone much quicker than that. But yeah, it was Nathan who, well, held him up, I guess. But he was also on his own lap that put himself 13th. Grush will obviously start this race in last. He's finished his time. I don't know if... We don't usually see this. I'm pretty sure he's done. But is there a glitch that might... I mean, we're waiting for Yonder and Square Giraffe to retire in the pit lane. But yeah. Wow. The Tier 1 champion of Adam is watching. I'm going to assume he's supporting, you know, Adam. But yeah. He's in Bath right now. The Tier 1 Season 11 Constructors champion is watching as well. Big up Uri. And he's in Bath with Adam as well. Yeah, as much as the slipstream did carry Kobe, Kobe lost the car on the, well, quote-unquote, final corner you have to worry about, which I'm pretty sure lost Kobe all his momentum. And you never know. That slipstream as well could have just given him pole, but again, if Nathan was not in the way at all, then I'm sure Kobe would have gone a lot quicker. Either way, Kobe's got pole, and if he didn't get pole, then we probably would have already started the controversies, but yeah. There's the grid then. So, if it were to finish like that, obviously, Kobe would be champion, because it's as simple as that. Kobe needs to beat Adam, Adam needs to beat Kobe. And, oh, you're literally in the bath, okay. Oh, you're literally... the Tier 2 Season 2 champion of Will is also watching. EXFL Center, big up. Of course, one of the owners of the league. And it is going to be a dry race, it seems. Seems a little bit more cloudy than qualifying, but I guess it's going to be a dry race then. What's my favourite EXFL Brazil races? Season 2 Brazil was quite fun. That's on YouTube. That had a lot of twists and turns for Tier 1. Season 2 Brazil and Tier 2 as well. That was great. There's been a lot, to be fair. But hopefully this is one to write into the history books as the formation lap begins then. Kobe will lead away from Square Giraffe, Adam, Finn and Birdie, the top 5. Let's see what tyres they've put on then. Right, so medium and hard throughout the field. It is hard compound tyres for Finn, as Matt and Yannick have been sent onto the grid along with Nathan. So hard compound tyres for Finn, hard compound tyres for Samurai, Yannick. Those are the 3. Everyone else on the medium compound tyres. It should be a one-stop race, medium to hards. But Tier 2 are more likely than Tier 1 to try for a 2-stop, depending how hard they are on their tyres or how much they can benefit from their tyre-saving techniques. I'd assume over the course of this season that Adam is slightly better at managing his tyres than Kobe, as we saw the likes of Abu Dhabi last week, where Kobe had to do a 2-stop compared to Adam's 1. But those were kind of slightly different circumstances where Adam had to make the 1-stop work. Otherwise, he wouldn't finish as high as he was. And Kobe could do the 2-stop if he wanted to fight this man. So, very short formation lap. As that's also Grush, who has been on the grid, and Bluey. So that's about half the field, nearly, that are sat on the grid. But here come the leaders, the big names. The ones who are capturing everyone's attention at the moment. Kobe lines up on the grid. Followed by Square Giraffe, followed by Adam. Adam can see his rival for the title right in front of him. And Kobe, in his mirrors, will see that Haas right behind him. Here we go then. Just waiting for the final car of Yonder to get into his grid slot. And we will signal the finale to begin. The 5 lights will come on. And Tier 2, Season 11 will end tonight. Will it be Adam or will it be Kobe? It's lights out in Brazil. Square Giraffe versus Kobe to the inside. Looks like Kobe has got a good start. Can Adam go around the outside of the McLaren? No, he's got the Alpine of Finn to worry about. Adam to the inside, fighting away with the Alpine, leaving him the space as Birdie watches this unfold. Kobe leads then, Square Giraffe straight behind him. And Adam, under pressure from Finn on the hard compound tyres, looks like he's going to stay ahead. Into the Skido de Lago then for the first time. The top 5 stay as they are, as Dello and Cookster fight away. That's Cookster to the inside, fighting away with the Ferrari. Grush, his teammate, right at the back. And it looks like we have yellows with Grush falling away from the pack. That's Samurai fighting away with Yannick, very close to one another. But Yannick to the inside is ahead of the Williams. Then Matt, Charlie fighting away with Bluey. Then Yonder, Nathan down a place, and Grush quite a way off the pack of 2 seconds. So, Kobe did the job he needed to and held on to the lead. Square Giraffe second and Adam third. Another yellow, and that is Yonder, who's gone around. Looking probably with a collision with either Nathan or Bluey. So, biggest gainer at the moment is Yannick from 10th to 8th on the opening lap. And Kobe will lead then. 1 of 36 done. Square Giraffe second, Adam third, then the two Alpines. Finn knows his tyres will be better. Come a few laps. Adam, bit of a lock up there. Bluey speeds into the pit lane already after the opening lap. Yannick and Samurai fighting once again. Yannick leaves the space, loses the car slightly on exit. That allows Samurai blasting his battery to the inside to see if he can get ahead, and he will. And here comes Matt as well, overtaking Yannick as well. So Matt up into 9th, Samurai 8th. As those three will fight away. That's Dello! Dello's gone around, and he's dropped all the way down out of the points now. So both Ferraris have lost a lot of ground there. I don't know if Grush will get an illegal there. So yeah, don't know quite what happened there, but Dello and Cookster were near one another, as it looks like the top 5 are leaving the pack behind. Finn already all over the back of Adam, who this time round can't think like he did in Abu Dhabi, where the top 3 pulled away, and he can wait for Square Giraffe to attack Kobe. Adam knows the title is in his hands at the moment, and he knows right now it's going Kobe's way, even if Square Giraffe overtakes him, as Square Giraffe is all over the back of the Williams. Pretty level battery between the pair. We start lap 3 then, and Square Giraffe isn't close enough for a move. So they'll stay behind for now. Adam, slightly less battery. Finn using all of his battery to keep with. And Birdie just staying where he is for now, looking in a good position. So we look further front. Square Giraffe blasting his battery. Kobe down to 10%. Square Giraffe to the inside of Kobe, the top 2 in the race. Wheel to wheel. Kobe around the outside. Can he keep on track? Yes, he can. The top 2 still go wheel to wheel through turn 5. Kobe versus Square Giraffe. And Square Giraffe's in the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix now. And Kobe can now see his rival right behind him. And that is very close to track limit warnings for both Kobe and Adam. And Adam has Finn right behind him, as that's Samurai and Yannick overtaking Matt, who's gone off into the grass. And that allows Charlie up a place too. And look at that, Square Giraffe has nearly got Kobe out of a second. The detection point is right here on this left kink. Right here. And Kobe is just about within it. And Adam has got quite a bit more battery than his rival. So we start lap 4 then with a new race leader. Kobe gaining. It looks like he's going to take the lead back away from Square Giraffe then into turn 1. But Kobe's going to be vulnerable now, not having DRS. Adam not quite close enough, but Square Giraffe is getting right on that curb. He can see Kobe flashing, but Square Giraffe has used up his battery as well. So it looks like he'll stay behind for now, and Kobe will be back into the lead of the race. So the top 5 stay as they are, pulling away from the rest. Samurai putting Cookster under pressure with Yannick close behind. Matt back in front of Charlie. Grush up to 11th then, ahead of Nathan. Then the 2 Ferraris as Bluey didn't really notice that he retired as well from the race. So top 5, nose to tail, Finn to the inside of Adam, who leaves him the space. Now Adam on the power will be ahead to the inside. And Adam having to watch his mirrors more than looking forward at the moment. And yeah, you can tell he's under pressure. Slight slide on the exit. And Birdie really just biding his time at the moment with a full battery to use. Kobe with barely anything to use, but he's got a decent gap ahead of Square Giraffe, who's still gaining, but not enough. Look at that, Adam also down, and Finn, they're all blasting. Square Giraffe doing the best of the top 4, and Birdie with probably all of their batteries added up, and more. As that's Grush getting into the top 10 ahead of Charlie, who's gone to the inside. Grush leaves in the space, to be fair, and he's got the move. Looking back into turn 4 then. And they stay how they are. And yeah, we know these are crucial laps. When can Adam try and get past Square Giraffe up in front and try and attack Kobe? And that might be a warning for Finn. That's also going to be very crucial today. Who can get warnings, who can't, who decides to pit early, who decides to go long. Looks like Square Giraffe is struggling slightly on his exits. Kobe under pressure from Square Giraffe, Adam under pressure from Finn. The title's on the line, and at the moment, this whole race has made it go the way of Kobe. You can see they're giving it absolutely everything on the power. Adam, 32. Square Giraffe, 40. Kobe, 30. And it looks like Kobe has good straight line speed. He's put it into none. and now he's put it into medium. Now back into none because he saw a potential opportunity from Square Giraffe. Adam right behind. So that's Samurai up to 6th then. So good stuff from him. Look at this, nose to tail between the top 5. And Kobe really has to watch his mirrors now. Square Giraffe has burnt a lot of battery. So has Adam. So has Finn. And there is still Birdie. Looking very good at the moment. Not pushing too hard. While the top guys give it absolutely everything. McLaren versus Williams versus Haas versus Alpine. These 5 really have been the biggest and best drivers of the second half of the season. So it's only right that all 5 of them are within a shout of podiums and wins. And there is Finn going again to the inside. This time goes deep. This time is ahead at the apex. This time is ahead overall of Adam, who now drops to P4. So Finn looking like the hard compound tyres are better now. And looks like Adam is struggling because now he's got Birdie right behind him with a full battery. Adam with half his battery. And Finn, who does get DRS, has no battery. So Adam could maybe retake P3 here. And he'll go to the inside of the Alpine. But will he get DRS? Gives Finn just enough space to the inside. That was close. I think Finn even kicked up some grass. And it looks like Adam doesn't get the DRS, but Finn barely has any battery. So this is going to be interesting. Charlie, 10 seconds for speeding. Another driver as Finn, nowhere near to attack Adam, who's back up into 3rd. Square Giraffe keeping Kobe hot on his heels. Lap 7. And we should expect to see... If they are doing a one-stop, they will pit around, what? I'd say lap 13. Lap 14 is really the lap. And any longer than that, you're just looking to extend. If any of them pit within the next 3 laps, it's probably a 2-stop for them. And considering how the pack is evening out, that could be interesting considering undercuts and whatnot. So Adam does have DRS, but Finn is right behind that Haas. So now we're just going to get a little bit of a taste of what their straight line speed is like. And you can see Adam is pulling away. Yes, he's blasting all his battery. But they all look relatively the same in terms of straight line speed. Not one of them looks more powerful than the others. Birdie has actually nearly lost DRS there. So yeah, use a bit more and he'll easily be back with them. Kobe doing a perfect job at the moment. Matt gets the first 3-second penalty of the race. We'll switch it. That's a reminder of the tyres. We've got Finn, Samurai and Yannick on the hards. Charlie and Dello at the back. Also on the hards as there's Kobe just having to defend from Square Giraffe. But we'll keep on penalties then. Square Giraffe knows that he is the filling between the title protagonist sandwich. So I'm sure he won't try and do anything too opportunistic. As for Finn, he's tried a few moves on the inside here. This time round, staying behind for now. Adam really trying to save some battery. Level with Finn. As it's pretty similar to Square Giraffe and Kobe. So they're pretty much all in the same bubble. As Birdie has got a slight bit more. Is this Birdie's pace? Or is he just staying behind for now? We'll see. As we start lap 9 then. We're a quarter of the way done. And the pressure builds. And sits upon the shoulders of Adam and Kobe. Adam knows he can't be passive. He has to try and push on and get higher up in this race if he wants to win the World Championship. And here comes Square Giraffe behind Kobe. And Kobe defends still on Scott. As that's Yonder getting past Nathan. That's Yannick getting past... Oh, that's close. Yannick getting past Cookster just about. Good stuff between the two. It's hard to really look away from these 5 in case anything happens. But yeah, Samurai only 3 seconds behind these guys on the hard compound tyres. So he's going to be quicker than I'd say maybe his teammate Kobe in the lead. Yeah, you can see 3.1, 2.9. So this 5-car fight may become a 6-car fight. Depending on Samurai, who's in clean air. Just over a second ahead of Yannick as well. So pretty even gaps. The closest being Finn to Adam. 40%, Adam 30%. Same with Square Giraffe, just a bit higher than Kobe. They're both blasting. Now they stop. And Kobe will lead for lap 10 then. The lap's ticking down here at Interlagos. Kobe doing exactly what he needs to. Each lap that goes by, driving like a champion. because he knows he could become one today. Square Giraffe can see that dot flashing. Adam can see both their dots flashing. Square Giraffe goes to the inside on Kobe, who leaves the space, loses the car slightly, nearly takes Square Giraffe and himself out, and loses momentum, loses the lead, but luckily only stays down to P2. But yeah, Square Giraffe is back in the lead then. That could have been curtains for the pair of them. And Adam's eyes were surely lighting up, but now it's another chance for Adam to see if he can get Kobe now. Or will Kobe just fight back in front of Square Giraffe? Will these two just continue to swap? Lap in, lap out. Charlie's out in the pit lane. So we lose our second driver from the race. Square Giraffe taking a very wide line before Jun Zhao. And Adam sees Finn behind him, but he sees Kobe in front of him. And it's lap 10 onto 11, and none of them are going into the pit lane. They all are going to try and do this one stop. Kobe, like you'd assume, retakes the lead into turn 1 on Square Giraffe. Runs a little deep, but has the battery over Square Giraffe. Is this Adam's time to strike? It looks like he just can't get close enough. He sees them flashing, so now Adam's going to try and burn his battery to gain on Square Giraffe, who goes defensive to the left. And it looks like Adam can't quite get past this time. So they stay how they are. But on the run down to turn 5 and 6, is this Adam's chance? As Square Giraffe to the inside, Adam would have to brave it round the outside. And he's not really in the position to try that at the moment. Finn, nose to tail on the Haas. So yeah, Adam tried it there. It's good to show that he's trying to get more involved in the fight. This is so tense for Kobe and Adam with Square Giraffe, Finn and Birdie around them. Every little input, every corner is critical in the balance of the World Championship, as we're about to be a third of the way done. And who decides to blink first? You'd assume it's not going to be Finn. Samurai's only gained a 10th, actually. While all these, because they're not really fighting side by side through corners and whatnot. They're fighting smart, and they know when to pick their battles. They know when to not go for it. This is Tier 2 turning the inexperienced into the experienced, and by the season finale, we're seeing these guys who are definitely Tier 1 ready, giving us a show in the final race, just to show how far they've come. And Kobe once again leads the 4 behind him. Samurai and Yannick very close. They've left Cookster behind. Matt a bit on his own. Grush in the top 10. Yonder, who had to pit at the start, I believe. Same with Nathan and Dello, a bit on their own. It's getting a bit more cloudy. I've just noticed, just a bit. I don't assume there's going to be any rain though, because surely someone in the chat would have said something. But this is probably Kobe goes on the grass there slightly. That's going to really hurt his chances on the run. Where is Adam? He's only 4/10 behind his rival, and he'll get DRS too. But it looks like Kobe, blasting his battery, has just about hung on to the lead. Adam's in then, and he slows right down to not speed. As there we go. Square Giraffe is ahead of Kobe into turn 1. Then you'd assume that was going to happen, but it really did look like Kobe was going to lose a lot of time on the straight as Square Giraffe loses the car on the exit. Kobe looking to the inside then. He's got the 2 Alpines still behind him, so Adam blinks first. I was going to say lap 12 is the earliest you could probably go for an undercut. Kobe goes wide, and I guess he was ahead on the braking, so I don't think he has to give that place back as he got the move done. It's not like they were side by side. I'm pretty sure Kobe might just get away with that one. Ahead of Square Giraffe, Finn, then Birdie. So where's Adam come out? He's come out in P10 behind Grush. So Adam first to blink then. And is Grush going to hold him up, or can Adam get past him at a sensible part of the track? Because right now, as we're heading into the technical corners, this is going to hold Adam up, trying the undercut. And he's having to stay behind him once again. Finn, close to the back of Square Giraffe. Will Kobe respond? Does he have to? I think he does. And we'll see if Square Giraffe does it as well. So Kobe, if he does pit, knows he has to get the car stopped. We have a yellow, and that is, I think, Nathan at the back. So Kobe slows down, and both of them have made sure not to get a speeding penalty. So Adam is ahead of Grush. So this is going to be close then. The top 2 in the championship. And who's going to be ahead of who? Has Adam done enough to undercut Kobe? Has Finn done enough to retake, to now get into the lead ahead of Square Giraffe? He has. Finn now becomes the third race leader of the Brazilian Grand Prix. But where is Kobe? It looks like he's lost it slightly on the exit. There is Adam. This is going to be close between Kobe and Adam. The two title protagonists. Has Adam undercut Kobe? It's close, and Kobe's still just in front of Adam. So Kobe just hung on there ahead of his rival. But Kobe's on colder tyres. This might be Adam's best chance to overtake him. But at the moment, it looks like he has to stay behind. That was way too close between the pair. And this will help probably both of them be in the lead. 1 and 2 ahead of Square Giraffe, who's just losing time now. And Alpine now are first and third. Birdie, I really don't know if this is the pace from him or if he's just biding his time. I really don't know. But he's into the pit lane. Square Giraffe's deciding to stay out, helping his race with sticking with Finn. And Kobe does not have DRS, so is this Adam's chance? We're going to see it then. This is what we've all waited for. Adam versus Kobe into turn 1 then. Adam to the inside of the Williams. So now it's Adam's advantage in the World Championship. And any swap between them could declare them as the champion. But we know Kobe will come back at Adam. And here we go. Proper fight then between the Williams and the Haas. Kobe is going to once again get back ahead of the Haas. There is Birdie in the background. 4 seconds behind these two now. So Adam tried to move and Kobe responded. Oh, this is what we all wanted to see. So, Yannick, Samurai and Finn will obviously be going long into the race. Finn has already gapped Square Giraffe by over a second. Square Giraffe, you'd assume, will surely pit this lap. He's going to be on the fresher tyres. He's going to have that tyre offset, and he's going to be hunting down the top two in short, towards the end. Gets it stopped. Brilliant stuff. Kobe has a 6/10 gap ahead of Adam, who's saving his battery really well. Kobe, who's also got up to 40%. Now we see Adam for the second time round gaining the slipstream of Kobe, goes to the inside and for the second lap in a row retakes the lead, but this time he's done it before they even get to the corner. So Adam now ahead. This time, can he stay ahead heading into turn 4? Riding on board with Kobe, 50% compared to Adam's 30. He's blasting in the battery. Adam goes defensive. Kobe will have to go right and breezes past the Haas, and we'll see Square Giraffe under pressure from Birdie to the inside. Birdie stays behind for now, so Square Giraffe has made sure he's at least ahead of the Alpine. And either he works with Birdie, or he just brings Birdie along, or he just leaves Birdie. Either way, Square Giraffe has a 3-second gap to hunt down to the provisional leaders. And obviously Finn will be on the quick mediums to the end, so we'll see what he can do. As Kobe and Adam are 11 seconds off the next car. It's not like they have any traffic in front of them. So this is a straight out fight. Adam versus Kobe. And each lap it will probably twist and turn. And 2.7 now. But this is what Adam needed. He will be on the oldest tyres, but he has got good tyre wear. So, third lap in a row. This time Kobe goes left and Adam will have to go right. And he's ahead. But for maybe the third time lucky as Birdie sets the fastest lap now ahead of the McLaren. For the third lap, can Adam now stay ahead of Kobe heading into turn 4? Goes to the middle of the track. He's flashing. Kobe sees it. And I guess at this stage, there's no need to take any risks between the two. They are doing the same thing lap after lap. Like they've been doing race after race. Winning. Going for it. And sometimes that even means in the season finale, working together to try and win. As look at that, 2.2 seconds now. So Birdie and Square Giraffe. This is the pace we've been waiting to see from Birdie all race. As Nathan's left. There we go, invited him. So Finn, 5-second lead to Samurai, who's still keeping his way ahead of Yannick. 9.2 seconds to Kobe, who's around about the same gap to Adam. 1.7 now. Because you can see these two are just saving so much battery in the middle, whereas Birdie's giving it absolutely everything. This time round, Adam's going to have to go for it to the inside on Kobe. Gives him just enough space. Slight contact between the two. Going to bring Birdie much more into play now. But I believe Birdie may have just made a mistake there. So Adam now in front. Goes left. Birdie will go right and retake, well, at the moment, P4 away from Adam. And yeah, Birdie 1.9 ahead of Square Giraffe. So these two are coming slowly but surely. As we are at the halfway stage of a championship that has flipped back and forth. At one point we had 5 people fighting for it. And the likes of Samurai, Evan and Eggy, one by one fell, leading for the two most deserving, who have given it the most, to fight for it. 1 point between them. And they know whoever beats the other is the world champion. This lap, it looks like Kobe's just gotten a bit further of a gap to Adam. From the usual 5/6 tenths, it's now up to 7, nearly 8. But Adam will put the battery on. Looks like Birdie and Square Giraffe will swap. Is Adam close enough to Kobe for a move into turn 1 this time? No. So does Adam bide his time? Does he try and get Kobe now into turn 4? Kobe has a good run, pulls away, and Adam is going to have to blast a lot to get back in front. Kobe with 14%, Adam with plenty. But is he close enough? He's gaining on his rival, and he'll stay behind for now. That looked like a bit too far of a gap. The gap as well between those two and these two, not exactly going down as much as before. As, oh, there's a swap. Adam's in front of Kobe now. Into turn 6. That's an unorthodox place you'd usually overtake. It looks like Kobe must have either been caught napping, because look, he's up to 50-something%. So he must have been keeping it in none. And Adam thought that was the time to strike on his rival, catching him maybe napping. But that has really allowed Square Giraffe and Birdie to catch these guys. They are 11 seconds off Finn, who is going to have to do what he tried to do in Belgium. And it really didn't work out that time round. And hunt them down. Samurai and Yannick, 5 seconds now in front. As there's the swap. Kobe on Adam. There's Square Giraffe with no battery. Birdie has lost a bit of ground. So Adam needs to make sure, as he saw what Kobe and Square Giraffe were doing for so many laps of swapping first and second, he needs to make sure he holds on to this place. Because if he loses it, then it'll just be a repeat. He has the oldest tyres, remember. Even though, you know, it's only a lap difference between him and Kobe. Look at Square Giraffe, 3 lap difference. That's going to be a bit of an offset. And while the times tick down, the laps get ever shorter, warnings could still play a part. If either one of Kobe or Adam get a 3-second time penalty, that is pretty much game, set, and match. Considering, you know, we've pretty much caught everything, and I'm pretty sure no unfair warnings have happened. Who is it going to be, though? 16 laps to go. Kobe or Adam at the moment. Adam is under pressure from Square Giraffe. Meanwhile, Adam's just trying to keep with Kobe. While the top 3 looks like they're starting to pit. They're all coming in at the same time. So Adam blasting his battery. Closing back up to Kobe, who will go back into the lead. Oh, there we go. Kobe back into the lead then. Ahead of Adam. Ahead of Square Giraffe and then Birdie. Finn exits the pit lane along with Samurai and Yannick. They'll be quite a while behind. Kobe, who's a master at keeping the car behind in the gap he needs. And Adam now knows the target. It is the 2 title protagonists, 1 and 2, at Brazil now officially with 16 laps to go. And at the moment, Kobe is looking like he's going to become world champion unless Adam can overtake him to become the new world champion instead. But he's got the likes of Square Giraffe and Birdie Saints, 2 extremely talented drivers who have delivered amazing results all season and who have built such strong characters, are giving them a real run for their money. It's 2016-esque nearly, where there's 4 cars in the lead with the top 2 fighting for it on the line. And they've played it pretty fairly, pretty cleanly and smartly so far this race. But as the laps tick down, as we're about to start a new one, the tension will build. And here comes Birdie Saints as well. Will he go to the inside of Square Giraffe? Yes, he will. And it looks like he'll get the place. So Birdie's up into 3rd now. 40%, and Square Giraffe has nothing to defend with. Adam sees birdie in his mirrors. And he knows he's in a hot position right now. So Finn is 9 seconds behind these guys, and he's going to be pushing hard in the final few stages of the race to close up to these guys. And that's Samurai, who's got Yannick out of a second. Cookster a bit on his own. Then Matt, then Dello, Yonder, Grush, Nathan, who's still not joined back. Kobe, who's enjoying his half a second to 8th, 10th advantage over Adam each lap now. After they swapped a few laps in a row. Now Adam's trying to stick with Kobe, it seems, as he's under pressure from Birdie. What does Adam do, though, if Birdie tries an attack? Does he just let Birdie through? And then does he hope Birdie will attack Kobe? Birdie, who had a chance at winning in Singapore, got the 3-second time penalty, finished 4th that day. Might just want to end the season off with a first ever victory, as that is a common thing in Tier 2 finales. Usually the two who fight for the championship, neither of them end up winning the race, and whoever does end up winning is a new winner in the tier, and usually whoever wins that race goes on to fight for the championship the following season. So these are tense times with very different drivers, but look how close they all are. So many different elements, so many different factors favouring in along all the different inputs, the thousands of inputs you make over the course of a league race. And yet, still after 23 laps, they are nose to tail. Dello becomes the third driver this race to speed into the pit lane. And that will drop him down to 12th. And Adam's still trying to keep within DRS as Kobe's about to come up to Nathan's AI. And is he within a second? Is this going to give Kobe DRS? We're about to find out. No, because that really could have got him over a second ahead of Adam, who's checking behind him. There is Birdie with more battery, but he's not close enough for a move. But now Kobe's going to get DRS. Birdie goes very deep into turn 1 there. That's going to hurt his chances. But now Kobe gets DRS from the ghosted RB of Nathan just in front, as if Adam didn't need any more distractions, as he's really got to save some battery now. As they're trying to lap Nathan's car, they should all probably get ahead of it in the next few corners. And there is Square Giraffe on the inside of Birdie for P3. Birdie sees it coming, the RB right in front, and then makes slight contact due to probably the RB ghosting, which was quite an eyesore. So there was slight contact between Birdie and Square Giraffe there. I think they both just got away with that. Granted, Birdie may have just got a warning, which would probably be unfair considering he got hit off the track, but they've both managed to come away from that. Still in one piece. Birdie's still within a second. Adam looks a little closer this lap to Kobe. Kobe, granted, with obviously more battery. Saved. Birdie with 55. 7/10 behind now. 2/3 of the way done then. What was 9.2, by the way, is now down to 5.8 with Finn. And we have a yellow, and that is the Ferrari of Yonder, who recovers, so that's fine. Clouds getting a bit darker now. I can barely see any blue sky. There's some on the right. As the Blue Williams of Kobe still leads this race. Adam still under pressure from Birdie. Adam really needs to save some battery now. Or is Birdie going to try and attack into turn 6? Not close enough at the moment. Finn's made a mistake somewhere because he's just lost 7/10. Either he made a mistake or just those in front with the DRS. Demonstrating just how powerful that is sometimes. So, for most of this race, it has been advantage Kobe. Adam did get his elbows out, tried to overtake, tried everything he could, but right now, it's just not working out for him, because whatever he throws at Kobe, Kobe can just dish it back. And Adam's got to try something. He knows the championship is right there, right in front of him. 7/10 down the road. Kobe knows he has it at the moment, and he knows if he loses it, it is losing a position to the man behind him. Just over 10 laps to go then. Kobe with a lock of inner one, but he still keeps his line. Birdie 30%, Adam 20%, Kobe 20 as well, and Square Giraffe behind with 40. Birdie not choosing to blast, Adam's choosing to blast, but Kobe can sense it. And yeah, it looks like Finn, while he is quicker than those ahead, those mediums are going to start to fall off soon. as are Adam's tyres as well. I'm surprised by Square Giraffe. He has the freshest tyres of all 4 of these guys. Yeah. Look, 10, 11, 12, 13, etc, etc. Final 10 laps to go then of the Tier 2 Season 11 Brazilian Grand Prix. The final race of the season. Round 20 for the finale, where it's seen the top 2 in the race, the top 2 in the World Championship, still pushing on, and we still don't know who is going to be the World Champion of Season 11 in EXFL Tier 2 right now. And for the most of this race, it has been Kobe, but Adam isn't giving up, and this is his best chance in quite a few laps. The top 2 go wheel to wheel. Adam versus Kobe. Adam round the outside has been given the space. They still go wheel to wheel. Kobe holds his own though, ahead of Adam, but Adam's going to come back at him with DRS. Slight touch of wheels, which is going to hurt Adam's momentum. Birdie, is he going to make it 3 wide to the inside? Adam's in the lead. Kobe now drops to P3, and it's all changed on the 10th last lap that Kobe may even drop down to P4. Kobe, who was in the lead, has now dropped down to 4th out of all this, and Adam suddenly finds himself in the lead now with 2 people in between him and Kobe. That was fantastic racing between them all. You look for those sort of cinematic money shots, and that was the top one of the top 2 wheel to wheel through the first couple corners. Kobe actually ruined Adam's momentum slightly on the turn 3 straight, but Adam got the job done, and then Birdie went to the inside as well. And then on the exit, Kobe was flustered, I guess, and lost ground to Square Giraffe. Now Adam has a choice. Does he let one of them through? But at the moment, they're not even close enough. But Adam is playing his cards right now. Oh, Birdie slides on the exit. That allows Square Giraffe to the inside. Birdie goes off wide, tags Kobe. And miraculously, none of them have gone round. So that allows Square Giraffe up. That's allowing Adam to get away now. It's all happened in the last few laps. Kobe goes deep now. And now he's under pressure from Birdie. There's bigger gaps behind Finn. 4.5 behind now. Can you believe it? Wow. And now Square Giraffe is putting Adam under pressure. And all of a sudden, it's swapped. Instead of it being Kobe, Square Giraffe and Adam, it's now Adam, Square Giraffe and Kobe. Oh, that was so close with Birdie losing the car. That allowed Square Giraffe ahead, and they banged wheels, didn't they? Birdie and Kobe, but somehow, even with the contact model, they survived. Kobe's really struggling now. He's barely keeping within DRS of Square Giraffe. He'll hope that Square Giraffe now fights Adam, because he surely knows Birdie's going to fight Kobe. And these two, who have had battles in the past towards the final races of the season, as Kobe goes deep, he's under pressure. He's feeling it now. He's got to get his head back into a cool condition to fight his way back up. But right now, he's just trying to hold on to third. Birdie to the inside. Square Giraffe can't get the place. Birdie to the inside of Kobe is back on the podium. Parks his car beautifully, and now he's up in the third. And Kobe down to 4th. He was in the lead for so much of this race. That's the top 2. Square Giraffe has been spun. Oh, apologies. Just missed that, but Square Giraffe now has been spun to the inside on Adam. And that has also thrown a big spanner into the works now. What happened there with Square Giraffe and Adam? Considering what's happened in the past this race with Square Giraffe and Birdie, I'd assume on the basis that might be Square Giraffe's fault, but we literally haven't seen the incident, so we can't know. Adam, crucially though, now has over a second gap to Birdie, and Kobe now can fight back at the Alpine. So Birdie goes defensive. Kobe sees it coming, so he goes to the outside. Birdie and Kobe break evenly, and they go wheel to wheel into the first chicane. And Birdie decides to let Kobe go, because now he'll get the DRS. And while they fight, that allows Adam to pull away even more. Kobe flashing, Birdie with the battery, goes back to the inside. You'd assume he's going to get the place, which he does. And Kobe's turn-ins just don't look good enough for any sorts of switchbacks. However, though, he's going to put Birdie under pressure, but it's not quite enough. And now the gap's just going up higher and higher. And I guess if that gap went to 5 seconds, no matter what happened between Adam and Square Giraffe, I think Adam would be fine. He just narrowly avoided a penalty last week when he had an incident with Birdie on the penultimate lap by finishing 5.022 ahead of Samurai across the line. So a 5 second didn't even matter for Adam. And for the second week running, it might happen again. Oh, okay, well, we're going to need an instant replay of that because that could decide the championship as well if that's the case. But right now, we have to focus on the race and see what it is at the moment. Birdie holding his own against Kobe then. And Adam, after it all seemed a bit hopeless, going in circles, he finally mustered up enough of battery and pace to give Kobe a run for his money. And then the two behind also decided to strike at the same time, and look what has happened. Kobe's race, his championship hopes falling away at the moment. Finn up to 4th then after Square Giraffe had that off, but his mediums will obviously be falling off too. Wow. Wow. We're going to have to get a big, very fast instant replay on what happened with Adam and Square Giraffe there, because I don't think either of them stream, even though they're both on Xbox. We can definitely probably see the incident. Oh, what? Oh, I pressed Y and thought I disconnected there. Whoops. Because I pressed it on my wheel. Right. 5 laps to go then of the Brazilian Grand Prix, and we still don't know who's going to be the world champion. Kobe knows he needs to get past Birdie to the inside. Birdie putting up a great defense at the moment. But this time round, Kobe's behind. This time round, he'll have the DRS. Birdie's blasting with more battery. And Kobe knows Birdie's been a thorn in his side for the last few races. And right now, it's the biggest pain, as they both go off there, that he could probably hope to see. Adam getting up to nearly a 3-second gap. So in case Adam got a 3-second time penalty or anything, that's nearly the gap. This is allowing Finn to also close up to Kobe. Such a dramatic turnaround. Because right now, by the game result, Adam would obviously be champion. But we don't know what happened between him and Square Giraffe. So if Adam was, for whatever reason, to be deemed at fault, get a penalty, then Kobe would be Adam, as long as he finishes within 5 seconds. A spin in EXFL Tier 2 is always declared by 2 incident points and a 5-second penalty. Right now, Kobe's 3 seconds off Adam. Oh, I really wish we caught that. Big apologies. But right now, we have to focus on 4 to go. Birdie versus Kobe. Kobe to the inside, then a Birdie who doesn't hook him on the straight this time around. He's playing fair. This is great stuff from Birdie because he's playing his own race as well. Kobe really pushing the limits of his car. And look how much battery Birdie has compared to Kobe. You'd assume the Alpine is just going to fly back past once again on the Williams. And then just parks it. Beautiful racing from the Alpine. But now he's in none. And that's allowing Kobe to have a run. They're going wheel to wheel. It's lap 33 of the Brazilian Grand Prix. And Birdie still holds Kobe. And oh, that is so close. That probably was a warning for the Williams, who either that's his first or second, because clearly he's done enough not to get 3 so far. 3.3 now the gap. What must be going through Adam's mind? The race that so far just didn't look like it was coming to him, and then on that one magical lap, it all changed around. This time 10 laps ago, it was a 4-car train for the win. Now they've all separated, but Square Giraffe and Finn are slowly but surely closing back up to these guys. 3 to go then, and Adam still leads ahead of Birdie. Kobe staying behind for now, 64%, 24%. Birdie doing perfectly at the moment to end the season strong with a podium. So that's the 2 Ferraris swapping, and they're not too far in front of the leaders. Birdie defensive, Kobe to the inside. He's trying a move, and Birdie leaves in the space. That is close. That is so close to Kobe spinning around. This is brilliant stuff between the Alpine and the Williams. But Birdie has the battery and he has the skill to just park it where he needs to. But Kobe's found an opening to the inside on Birdie, who slides deep. Kobe's now ahead of Birdie as Finn and Square Giraffe now close to these guys. Kobe's now ahead of Birdie. Yeah, that was very close. Birdie may have even left the track there. Wonder what will be said about that. 4 seconds now. And Adam climbs the hill for the third last time. Meanwhile, Kobe's going to be under pressure from Birdie. And, well, as much as it's all kicked off, we're not done yet. Here we go then. Kobe still under pressure from Birdie. Goes defensive. Birdie will go right. And they break evenly. Kobe's still ahead. And Birdie will know to go for a switchback. He has the battery. 70% versus Kobe's 17%. So Birdie will strike back. Square Giraffe's gotten ahead of Finn as well. While all that was happening, the medium's really dying. Kobe to the middle of the track. Birdie to the inside of the track. And Birdie is back in front. And Kobe loses the car slightly on the exit. Blasts the battery. Trying to get ahead of Birdie now. Wheel to wheel. Heading into turn 6. Banging wheels. Kobe versus Birdie. Kobe around the outside. Still can't get the move. And while they fight ever more. Kobe to the inside. He's going desperate. To the inside. Kobe versus Birdie. Still wheel to wheel. This is allowing Adam to now have a 5-second lead. Kobe to the inside. And Adam... There it is, 5-second gap. Kobe giving Birdie just enough space. They lock wheels. Here comes Square Giraffe, 3 wide. And Kobe still ahead of Birdie. There to the inside is Finn. It's all kicking off. Finn loses the car. I'm losing my voice as Adam is now well over 5 seconds ahead. So even if he got a penalty for whatever happened between Kobe and Birdie, he is going to be the world champion. Kobe loses P2 now on the final lap of the Brazilian Grand Prix to Birdie, who's ahead. And now Kobe has to give it everything to at least end this season, end this race, finishing runner-up to Adam. Here he goes then on Birdie, but Birdie has the inside line. Kobe around the outside, barely gives Birdie enough space. Kobe runs wide. He knows the championship is pretty much gone. And now he's looking desperate to try and get past Birdie. Probably the man who has taken the title away from him. But it's all, I guess, been in good jest. It's not actually been controversial, even though they're really getting their elbows out. And Square Giraffe now trying to fight Kobe for this podium. Finn has lost a lot of ground. Birdie loses the car out of nowhere. And suddenly Square Giraffe is fighting Kobe for P2. But it all doesn't matter. Adam is going to exit Jun Sao in the lead. And after a season of brilliance from both Adam and Kobe, there can only be one winner. And it's going to be Adam, the new Tier 2 World Champion of the world. Square Giraffe then looks like he is going to come home P2 just in front of Kobe, who fought all the way. Birdie P4, Finn P5. Adam is the Tier 2 champion of the world in Interlagos. And I have to stop because my voice is gone. What a race. What a season. And wow. Wow, 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 wow. He's done it. Very, very unfortunate. Commiserations to Kobe, who fought all the way. He really did deserve it as much as Adam. Oh my God. And they really did give absolutely everything. You could tell in those final few laps Kobe was pushing like you've never seen before, because he knew at that rate the championship was probably lost. And Square Giraffe and Birdie really tried to get their elbows out, fighting away. And it's all kicked out. It's starting to rain. It's raining in Interlagos after the race has ended. Wow. But there you have it. I'm pretty sure nothing's going to change this fact. Adam is the new EXFL Tier 2 World Champion. And I'm pretty sure him most of all cannot believe what we have just witnessed. Those last 10 laps are going to be talked about for a while. And once again, for the, well, second/third race in a row, obviously Adam didn't race in Mexico. It is Square Giraffe, Kobe and Adam, the top three. Wow. What a race. What a season. Let's get the top three in, shall we? I knew before streaming I should have brought a drink with me. Right, we have Square Giraffe joining the party at the moment, who I'm sure will be quite chuffed with the result considering the race he had. As we still await for the top two in the championship to join. But yeah, Square Giraffe has joined. Scott, are you there, mate?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello, mate. Wow. Have you included your audio? Okay, right. Well, we'll give Adam and Kobe their time to join. So we'll start off with you, but I might have to pause in case either of them join.
Yeah.
But for now, yeah, what a race from
What
you,
a
mate.
race!
What a race. Can you believe all that?
Jeez.
Right, first question, before I even congratulate you on anything, what happened between you and Adam when you spun?
Well, whenever people are going up that hill, they're not deploying any ERS, so I thought I'd go for a move. But I think I understeered into him, so it's my fault.
It's your fault.
Yeah.
So you just... Okay, so it looks like apparently... Because I didn't catch it, unfortunately. It looks like Square Giraffe spun off Adam. Either way, he had the gap anyway. Adam has just joined the party. Adam, are you there, mate?
I am indeed.
Have you included your audio?
I have.
Adam, you are the EXFL Tier 2 Season 11 World Champion. The World Champion. Congratulations. You thoroughly deserve it. What a race. What a season. And you have come out on top in one of the most hair and square closest championships we have ever seen and probably will ever see in the history of EXFL. Congratulations. And Kobe has just joined the party as well. Such huge commiserations, but also congratulations are still in order for Kobe and Williams, who fought right until the end. Kobe, are you there, mate? Yeah, hello, mate. Have you included your audio?
Yep.
Okay, there is so much to unpack, but first of all, just a big thank you to all three of you for the efforts you've put in this season, especially you, Kobe and Adam. Right, there is a lot to dive into, but we will start off with the race winner and the new world champion, Adam. That must have been the most stressful hour, maybe of your life. I really don't know, but just what are your emotions right now? What do you think? What were you going through? And well, just how are you?
To be honest, I think I've gone through about every emotion in that race, really. In the end, happy to win it. It would have been nice to have a proper battle with me and Code, but I mean, it made my life a lot easier. So
Yeah, we did manage to see a few laps of you and Kobe really fighting it out, and that lap where it all changed at the start anyway. For the first, I've got my voice back now. This is great. For the first few corners, it was you and Kobe side by side. It was absolute cinema. But yeah, I mean, for most of the race, was there ever a thought that you maybe have just not got enough to fight Kobe? Because everything you threw at him, Kobe had a response. And were there doubts starting to come into your mind that maybe I can't win this, or was it always the thought of I just got to keep trying, got to give it absolutely everything, something's gonna happen? Or was it a bit of both?
a little bit of both, really. The first stint, I was struggling to make any inroads on anyone, really. It was all single file, pretty much most of the lap, and Finn had a few goes at me into turn 10, I think. But the second stint, my pace did feel a lot better. Yeah.
It's actually insane. You were on the oldest tyres of them all as well. You decided to go for the undercut after, yeah, Finn tried a few moves. It looks like you just couldn't really make any inroads on Scott and Kobe swapping every lap. It was a bit similar to Abu Dhabi in that sense. So, yeah, you decided to blink first, pit early. You came out behind Grush. I didn't quite catch when you actually overtook him. It must have been in the middle sector somewhere.
Yeah.
So that allowed you
Don't remember
to get
what
ahead of him, and then it was so close between you and Kobe on the exit. We knew at the time, and you probably knew at the time as well. You two were going to be 1-2 now. You've undercut Square Giraffe, who stayed out a few more laps. So yeah, we saw that great back and forth swapping between you two. Nothing too extreme. It was just basic swaps. You know, just letting each other know, yeah, this could be it. But I'll fight you back at it. So it was great to see you two actually fight in the final race, like you have quite a few times this season. And then, were the next few laps a bit of a struggle, like to just stick with Kobe, or was it just maybe just charging up again to fight back at him?
Uh, Not really. My plan was, well, my original plan was just be if I can stick with him, try and save enough battery to have a go. Past the last few laps, see what I can
Mm.
do, and but I never really intended to try and fight him that much. And then that lap where I got the overtake, it was what 3 wide into turn four. Um, I didn't really expect to come out of it P1.
Yeah, obviously you had Birdie and Square Giraffe closing up to you while you were with around 5 to 7 tenths behind Kobe for about 4 or 5 laps. And then, yeah, I just remember saying 10 laps to go, and all of a sudden you were just a lot closer. And then that allowed Birdie and Square Giraffe to close in, and then while they fought, you went away, and it just shows not just in league racing, and it not just in EXFL, but in league racing and just racing in general, just how anything can happen, and you expect the unexpected. And I'm pretty sure the person who must have been most surprised by that was you. But then take us through those last 7 laps. You just saw the gap build. Oh wait, no, before that, sorry. Just take us through your POV of what happened with Square Giraffe into turn 6.
Oh, I was I was in none, and he was like had a decent bit of overspeed on me. But I intended to just take the race, and I saw him come alongside me, and I have just sent you the clip of it, and I tried to leave as much room as I can. And I've looked back at the clip, and he's just caught my back wheel, spun himself around.
Yep. I don't know if you quite caught us when you joined the party, but Scott joined just before you, and I quickly asked him what happened, and he basically said he understeered into you, and it's his fault. And just looking from that clip alone, it is on Scott, so you didn't do anything wrong, don't worry. Which I'm so glad, because I was kind of fearing the last 6 laps, like I was gonna have to probably say Adam's champion, and um, if you were at fault for that clip, then post like it would have had to. We never want to see a championship decided after the race in the stewards, so I'm so glad that that hasn't been the case, and whatnot. So yeah, I'm glad we got that sorted. And it didn't even matter because a spin is only a 5 second, and you managed to win by over that. You just saw the gap going up and up. So when was the thought kicked in that you realised you're going to become champion?
Um, I mean, Cove kept on saying to me in the call, like GG's, congrats, you won it, and like all that from like I don't know, like 32 onwards or something. I thought, don't get saying that too early. There's still 4 laps to go. There's still a chance
Mm,
at a minute or something, and the gap just kept on going up and up and up and up, and
mm.
really, really kind. Yeah, I mean, the 7 seconds would have been a big gap for Cope to close, even if he could catch, even if he did make
Mm.
the moves, and I was. I was in the end, I was never really that worried about what the gap was. It was more so, will my tire like not kind of will my tires hold on, and will I not bin it somewhere? So
Well,
kind of at the
how
last
how
corner,
many
really.
how many warnings did you get that race?
Pretty sure 0.
Wow. And what were your tyres on at the end?
I ain't actually too sure. Probably about 70, 75.
Fair enough. Well, that has got to be the most important race of your league racing career. I did mention you, and it's a tale as old as Tier 2 beginnings, I guess. Whoever wins what well, it's a bit different this time round, but basically you won Brazil last season, and heading into this season with Brazil being the finale, it kind of set up that I was talking about this in case Birdie won, about you win the final race of a season, next season you could be fighting for it, etc. But either way, I'm pretty sure, and you'd probably agree, that is the most important win and maybe even race you've ever done.
Yep.
It was certainly the most stressful. I guess
Yeah.
that's got the main point. Yeah,
Definitely.
and yeah, I guess I'll come back to you. But I guess final question for now is just what's the main feeling you're having right now after all this after this race this season?
Happiness, really. I just
That's great,
thought,
and we're all very happy for you.
thought so much over the whole season, not just with Kobe, but with everyone in the league, and I would have been a bit disappointed with myself more so than anything if I kind of didn't come across with this, really.
Yeah, that's fully understandable. I mean, it was a flip of a coin between you and Kobe with just 1 point in the end. You both deserved it. Obviously, you had been leading in the last third of the season. Kobe hadn't led a single round, and he was always the hunter, and you were, for a lot of it, the hunted. And the pressure must have been excruciating at times. So, yeah, I kind of got the sense, the vibe last week in Abu Dhabi, you were a bit on edge during quali in the race. It just kind of looked it, and with the spin as well, it looked like it all gotten away. But today, you arrived in qualifying. You looked just so much more focused. I don't know if I'm right in saying that, if like today compared to last week, but today you looked so much more ready. Like I don't know. I could be completely wrong, but is that kind of what was happening, or?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
yeah,
put a lot more practice into this than anything, really.
yeah, that's fair. Right. I'll let you just have a few moments to yourself and just think about what you've just achieved. But yeah, moving on to well, apologies, Scott. I'm gonna move on to Kobe, and then I'll come back to you. All right? As you can obviously probably
Yeah, no
understand
worries.
why. All right, Kobe. Right. Well, are you there, mate?
Yep. Hello.
Hello. Right, mate. I just have to say thank you so much for everything you've given this season. You have been a legend for everything you've done, and you fought right until the end, right until the last corner with everything you had, and you should not be disappointed at all because you have driven like a champion all season. I guess first question is just how are you feeling at the moment from that race, from this season?
I'm feeling good. Obviously, adds one of my mates, so it's not really that bad to lose to him because I'm happy for him, but it's just whatever really. We move on to next season and then see what we can do. So there's not really much
That's
I
a
can really say.
No, but that is a great response, and I'm glad you can appreciate Adam. I'm glad there's still a lot of respect and whatnot, because obviously, yeah, your mates, you literally both did the race together in a call, which is so cool to see. But yeah, you have achieved a lot this season, and you should be very proud, considering this is still your rookie season after all. It has been one of the all-timer rookie seasons, and yeah, you should still be very proud of all you've achieved. So, your race, you got pole, just. I'm pretty sure you could have got pole by a few more tenths, but it seemed like every run there was an issue. Your first run, you lost it out of turn 3. Your second run, you lost it out of turn 5. And then the last run, which wasn't actually on you, you had a car in front of you.
Yeah.
Am I right in saying all that?
Yeah.
And you still got pole, just. I'm sure you would have been probably a little annoyed if you didn't, but you got it in the end, so it doesn't really even matter. Your starts have been great, so you managed to hold on to the lead. And then, yeah, just take us through what was the thought process in the first half and the second bit.
First half was always to just tie save as much as possible. Just try and last the 13 laps and then pit, really. Wasn't much thought about it. I wasn't too fussed on square giraffe overtaking or anyone overtaking because, it all depends on the hards, in my mind anyway. And then when I pitted onto the hards, I thought I come out just in front of Ad. So I was like, me and Ad said to each other, let's just keep swapping, um, and try and get as big of an undercut on them lot as possible. And that's what we did. But uh, they slowly caught up, and then it started to get a bit crazy towards the end.
Yeah, it was quite insane. After you and Adam started swapping for a few laps, it kind of stabilized. You were holding your own. Like you've done so much this season. You're in amazing control when you're in the lead of how much you're able to just defend the guy behind you, not even having an attack on you. The gap you managed to maintain for so many laps is really astounding. But it looked like on one lap, the magic lap, the one that changed everything, Adam managed to fight you, and it was great to see you wheel to wheel with him into turn one. But you didn't have the DRS, I don't think, because you were ahead, and that ended up losing you, well, all the positions down to fourth.
Yeah.
And when that happened, was there still maybe a part of you thought I can fight back through, or was that
Yeah, I thought
maybe a bit too
I
much?
thought I could fight back through, but obviously
Yeah.
the more the lap went by and the more the gap drew further and further, I was like, it's there's there's a point where you just like, all right, I'm gonna settle for second, third, fourth, wherever I come,
Mm.
because Birdie's in front of me. He's making it hard for me to overtake, which I don't blame him. He's doing what he wants to do, really. But as it just allowed the gap to get bigger, and I knew I couldn't catch up. I was just like, you know what, we'll just see where it goes from here.
That's very mature, to be fair. Very respectful. But I mean, I'm pretty sure you saw Square Giraffe spin off Adam.
Yeah, yeah,
Obviously, Adam was in the call with you, so I'm guessing you two pretty much got past that pretty quickly with
yeah,
Adam saying that and whatnot. I mean, that was one less person you had to deal with, but yeah, those last few laps fighting with Birdie, I was always kind of mindful that it might get a little crazy. But to be fair to Birdie, he played his cards perfectly, and it was actually kind of the other way around, where you were. It was borderline desperate, but it was also like you've got nothing to lose, where you're the one trying to like aggressively
yeah,
get
yeah.
past him, and it got so close on so many occasions, to the point where I think it was actually more concerning on your end than Birdie's, which I never thought I'd be thinking. I really didn't think that would ever be happening. I knew Birdie was going to get involved in some way or another, but I think he did everything he possibly could do that was not over the limit. And then, just quickly, on that last lap, what happened to Birdie? Why did he lose the car? Did he just on his own, or
I'm not sure, to be fair. I'm not sure.
because you were three wide through a corner that's difficult enough taking it on your own,
Yeah,
and then with like Square Giraffe and Birdie and you, and then yeah, Birdie just because I was on board with Square Giraffe and you were in front of him, so I didn't quite see Birdie, so he lost the car, and Square Giraffe's just gone through the pair, like past the pair of you, and then obviously on the run up to the line, you were trying to fight Square Giraffe for second, and unfortunately just missed out. Was it 43,000
yeah.
photo finish and whatnot? Very close. But either way, you have had one of the best seasons we have ever seen from someone. Every race you've finished this season has been on the podium. That is incredible. There has never been a race where you've finished off the podium since Bahrain. You've either retired, Spain, not done the race at all a few times, or you've finished first, second, and third. That is phenomenal. And that has put you in the position you are in right now. And yeah, you should be very happy with all you've achieved. Obviously, discussions, negotiations for you, Adam, Scott, everyone else in the top with tier 1 and whatnot, we'll get into later. But if you and Adam are set to be tier 1, I honestly can't wait to see what you can do next season. And we'll see what happens. But yeah, you should still, like you are, holding your head up very high. You've achieved a lot this season. Obviously, you still have won the Constructors with Samurai Williams a few races ago. A lot of wins, poles, podiums, and yeah, runner-up in the championship is nothing to be disheartened about. So yeah, very well done today. You gave it absolutely everything. You deserved it as much as Adam. But yeah, there can only be one winner and it was a flip of a coin in the end. So yeah, well done.
Cheers, man.
So moving on to P3, Scott. Apologies, we had to wait a little bit, but yeah, we now need to show some appreciation for probably the driver, besides Kobe and Adam, for today, and that is certainly you, mate. You have driven amazingly in these final few races of the season. Yeah, what were your thoughts on the race, considering you were probably the only one of the three to not really have much on the line?
To be honest, it was going really well up until like the last third of the race, pretty much. But after I hit Adam, I was like, all right, I'm gonna get P5 now. But Finn's tires were going off, and he had no like ERS, so I got past him. And then Kobe and Birdie were fighting so like aggressively that I gained like 3 seconds in one lap. So I thought I might as well try get a podium. And I don't really know how I got. I mean, it was like cinematic on the last lap, to be honest.
Literally. You went around the outside of the pair of them. You got Kobe, then Birdie lost the car, and you're into P2, and then Kobe right at the end, gaining, just enough to hang on. That must have been such a cool race from your perspective, because you know you have the two title protagonists in front of you, behind you, both in front of you, and I think you drove the best you could have, to be honest. You didn't do anything dumb or anything with them. You wanted to still fight as if it was just another race for the win, which is great. You just missed out on pole by 7 thousandths, which is a brilliant effort. And then the first stint, obviously swapping with Kobe, everything he did back. And then was the plan just to go long, extend, so you could have that tyre offset at the end?
Yeah, I sort of because at the end of the first stint, people were really struggling with the rears. I know the hards don't really wear that much, but I still felt like people were going to struggle, so I thought just stay out and you catch up anyway because people are fighting. And it was all going to plan until I nearly took out Adam, which I'm very sorry about.
Yeah, we obviously discussed you tried to move to the inside. Adam did lead the space, and it was like you just didn't quite get the
It's
turn
not the best
in and
corner for an
oversteered.
overtake.
No, but to be fair, the amount of times like the top five tried to move into there, like trying to catch the other guy napping because they were in none, there was a lot more than I thought there would be. There was one point Adam and Kobe nearly did it, but Adam held on, I think. Or no, Kobe had held on, I think, at the time. So yeah, you drove amazingly, 5th to 2nd in those last few laps. Mad.
Yeah, don't know how I managed
So
that.
what are those? So what's that those last 2nd, 1st, and 2nd? That is a phenomenal end to the season, and you thoroughly deserve P6 in the championship. Then, after all that, I think you nearly climbed. I think you're like within 20 points of 5th, actually.
It's not bad.
That is a phenomenal, considering you joined at the halfway stage, like just past that. Yeah, you have been a star driver this season. Obviously, Kobe will probably win Rookie of the Season.
Yeah.
But that's the annoying thing. We've had so many. Because this is season 11, right? After season 10, we kind of had a reset. All of the really experienced drivers have either left or gone up or whatnot. And season 11 was kind of this new reset, this new start, where we've had so many new drivers: Samurai, you, Finn, Kobe, and whatnot, and maybe a few from last season, like Adam and Birdie and whatnot. And it's just delivered this amazing season. So it's a shame well, Kobe's clearly going to be the winner of Rookie of the Season, but there are so many people like you and Finn and whatnot who deserve a shout out, and I'm going to try my best to make sure something's done about that, because you lot really deserve something for your efforts this season. So yeah, well done. Amazing drive today, as has been a lot of times since, I guess, Netherlands, when we realised, hey, this guy's something special. And I guess besides Adam and Kobe, you have been the next best, I guess. So yeah, you should be very happy with that. Right, final few questions then. I'll start off with you, Scott. What has been your favourite moment? Obviously, it's only been half a season for you, but what has been your favourite moment of the season for you?
Probably during the race today, like there was one moment where I forgot what number the turn is, but I nearly went round the outside of like 2 people, but I had to back out of it because I was going to get like pushed wide or something. But I don't know. That's probably my moment. It was like the opportunity was there, but I didn't want to risk it.
Oh, I
Quite
think I know what you're on
memorable.
about, actually. Was it like the second last corner
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
have to properly do?
Big
Yeah,
sweeping
yeah. I think
left-hander.
yeah. Fair enough. Right, we'll go back to Kobe and Adam. And Kobe, I mean, there's been a lot of moments to choose from, but what has been your favourite moment from this season?
It's difficult because there's so many, and the thing is, I've forgot most of them.
Yeah, so many wins, too many to choose from.
No, no.
What, you won Saudi, you won Italy, you won Mexico, you won there's quite a few to choose
I
from.
think.
Could be a pole position, could be a climb back through to the podium.
I think
Could be anything.
Spain.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it genuinely is.
Spain,
Yeah,
where you were last in quali and retired, is your favourite moment.
yeah.
Really?
It's a humbling experience.
Fair enough. Alright. And Adam, I think we know the answer to this one, but what has been your favourite moment of this season?
Well, today,
If
Well-
you say Baku, I'm going to lose.
Baku.
Or Italy.
No, to be honest, a lot of good moments this season, like winning the championship, but
First pole in Singapore. That was
yeah,
great.
I mean, getting back-to-back wins and back-to-back seasons here and Qatar,
Yeah.
winning in Imola, that was a decent drive.
Hungary as well.
Yeah,
Considering you and Kobe, was it what? You lost the car, Kobe crashed into you, lost his whole front wing, got a 10-second penalty. Both of you were at the back, and you still managed to win and beat Finn on the last lap. That was sick. There was Singapore where you both got drive-throughs and still finished. What was it? Second and
fourth.
third. I think.
oh,
Was
but
it
no,
second?
no,
I
yeah,
thought-
no.
Oh, on track, yeah, third and fourth,
Yeah.
yeah. Wow, what a season. And big thank you to you two for putting on such a show. It's so weird after, like, none of you even did the first two races. Kobe wasn't even here for the first two races. And, after round 3, Kobe had 15 more points than you, which is kind of mad. The fact you two have missed, like, 4 to 6 races of this season and still delivered as much as you have, that is absolutely phenomenal. Like, this season has been one to remember, and we have you two to thank for that. So yeah, big thank you. I guess what we'll end on then is if Adam and Kobe, if you two have any words for one another or your season efforts as a whole. I guess we'll start with Kobe and then we can end on Adam. So yeah, Kobe, if you have any final words, I guess about whatever to Adam, about yourself, the whole season. Now's your time to say, I guess.
Yeah, it's been good battling with the times that we have, but it's been a bit weird us two being in the Discord and battling with each other. It's like it just makes it feel like an open lobby or something. But we'll be in the same tier next season, so I'm sure we'll probably be on the same team, or we'll probably be battling the same. So I'm excited for that.
That's great. That would be really cool, actually, if you two were teammates next season in Tier 1. It gives me really intriguing vibes because we've seen, like, Sam L and whatnot, like, from last season, who finished runner-up and whatnot in the standings, and he got his first Tier 1 podium at Vegas, and he's got, like, a few top 5s and whatnot. And I know how quick he can be, and I especially know how quick you and Adam can be. It actually concerns me that I might be fighting you guys at some point. But thank you, Kobe, for everything you've done this season.
No
You've been a
worries, man.
star. That is amazing to see how much you've achieved over the course of only 17 weeks. You've had a very short time here. I mean, Scott, he's had an even shorter time, but you've made such an impact, and it's great to see. So I really hope this is the start of something special. Obviously, Tier 2 is a very special time for a driver when you're making your way through the ranks. So yeah, don't forget what you've achieved this season. Be happy with what you have achieved. And what a driver. So we will end with Adam. Adam, if you have any final words as the new and 11th Tier 2 world champion. Season 1 champion was a Haas driver. We've had to wait 5 years for them to be back on top. Do you have any final words on this season? To Kobe, to yourself?
Well, I kind of echo the same thing that Kobe said, and you've driven really well this season, especially being debut season, yeah. And I mean, to be honest, if it weren't going to be me who's won it, then to be honest, you deserve to win it. And at least you're gone empty-handed this season. So some of the dominant displays that you've had this season,
Cheers.
very very well.
Cheers.
Yeah, incredible respect between the two. Well, it's not even title protagonists now. It's just the two great friends who rivaled each other, pushed each other all the way. And this has probably been the best title fight we've had. It's probably the least controversial, and that's saying something considering how much happened in that race. But that was kind of just racing at its finest right there. It's very rare you're going to find races like that, finales like that. But yeah, it keeps coming down to a flip of a coin. And in the end, like Adam said, they both walked away with at least a championship each in some respect, which you both deserve. So yeah, that has been it. That has been EXFL Tier 2 Season 11. 20 races. The second shortest season. The shortest obviously also ended with Brazil in Season 4. And that was 3.5 years ago. So yeah, wow, can't believe it's over. But yeah, one final race to go then with Tier 1 tomorrow, and then the seasons for both will be over. The first of F1 25. We'll have quite a bit of an off season. A lot will get sorted, a lot will probably change, and we'll gear up in 2026 for the next one. But yeah, thank you Adam, thank you Kobe, thank you everyone who raced in EXFL Tier 2, participated or did anything in any sort of way. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. And we will see you next season.